Hello. Now, it's been a while since we looked at this thing, but I was reminded the other day that having posted some stuff on the Alfasud build I did, I never actually did any final stuff to show you what it ended up looking like. So here it is. So this is a 76, originally a 1.2 Ti, the Series 1 jobby, and it came all the way from Australia, and it was silver when it arrived, and it was in pretty horrible condition for a car that was reputedly 99% rust free. Oh, yeah, we love those. We know all about rust, don't we, kids? So yeah, so obviously when I got it here and you slightly poked it with a screwdriver, it all kind of fell to bits. So not too good. Anyway, lots and lots of work and lots of welding later. This is how she looks. So there are lots of parts that needed to be acquired for it, not least of which was things like door mirrors. There were things like the door panels here where they were so bad you couldn't put them back. So I made these ones. They're not perfect 100%, but if you'd never seen one before, you'd probably say that was okay. So in here, everything's been through. I mean, to be honest, mostly every nut and bolt and rivet and everything else has been renewed. The seats and what have you are the originals, and they're pretty good. I didn't really do anything other than give them a good clean, really. There are a couple of minor splits in the seat, which we'll just have to live with. Even things like gear gaiters had to be got on this and what have you. I put a cheapo eBay stereo in it, which does the job and kind of looks slightly retro. I think it was 15 quid or something, so you can't really sniff at that, can you? I had to put a new piece of, it's not glass, it's a plastic thing on the front of the clock. The other two clocks were fine, but the clock was actually yellowed all over there, so I took it all apart and fitted a new piece, which I made out of a CD case. It had the wrong steering wheel, so now it's got the right steering wheel. This is the one it's supposed to have. I did let's do the headlining in here as well. That was a job and a half. Yeah, you can probably see just through the window there that there's a little bit of heat damage from where it's been in the sun. But pretty good. I had to have all the windows out of this, and these stainless surrounds were a bit of fun to try and fit again. Getting new stickers was almost impossible, but these are replica ones, which are pretty good. So yeah, the wheels at the moment are steel grey because that's the paint I had lying about, but I even had to get a new badge because the other one was almost non-existent. It completely whited out, faded. I'll show you what we're like in the boot. There was rust mostly in the bulkhead. The back end of this car, everything after the A-pillars was actually excellent, and there was no rot really to speak of in any of that, so that was pretty good luck. Even the rear valance was okay. I had to buy one new door, which I managed to find in Italy, and this one repaired the bottom of it. I had to get one new wing, which it needed on this side because it had a smash in the front. The chassis needed straightening out. That was all done. There's new panels in the chassis legs there to make sure that's all good for the future. Yeah, so well, I better go under the bonnet, hadn't I? So under the bonnet, this is now a 1.5 engine. This is out of a Sprint, so I think it's the engine number says this is 105 horsepower. I haven't had a rolling road, so I couldn't tell you if it's still got that many horses left, but who knows. So I renewed all the brake lines, everything, the clutch line, the master cylinder for clutch and brakes, that was done. The servo's a new one. all of those things had problems and faults with them, so I just fixed them. There are some things which are much more difficult to fix on Alphas, and that's anything to do with plastic. So I tried everything on this, from glue to plastic welding, and it still breaks. Anyway, there we go. So yeah, this is the 1500 motor. I've got the 1.2 motor in the shed out the back. Some of you might have seen that in other videos, making a sideshow appearance. But yeah, it's taken a lot of work to get it into this sort of condition. But I mean, you know, I can honestly say that there's no rust to be found anywhere in this car now. And it just drives fantastically. I think we might go for a spin actually, that'd be fun. Let me see if I can organise that. Okay, signing off for the sec. Okay. Make sure we're recording. No, we're not. Yes, we are. So the chassis, I believe, for whether or not it's a 105 horsepower version or a 68 horsepower 1.2, the chassis is the same. So it should be fine with taking the power. We don't have to put up with those horrible metric wheels that you get. Be able to go anywhere very fast today. It's a Sunday. We'll have a little poodle about. Everything about the car's got really direct. The steering is super sharp, go-karty. Like I do on most of my old cars, this is running with silicone brake fluid, which I just happen to prefer. I've used it on lots of cars now, and it does a great job. And if you spill any, it doesn't rot your paintwork. So it just makes a lot of sense. Some people say that the pedal feel is different with silicone than it is with normal brake fluid, and you know, that's an opinion. Everyone's entitled to have an opinion on that one. There might even be some truth, who knows. But as far as I'm concerned, it all works perfectly well, so I'm sticking with it. So we'll just have a little drive up here and admire the beautiful New Forest. Obviously the speedometer overreads on all the cars I drive, so you can't believe what it says on the speedo. We're definitely doing 40 miles an hour. Again, she hasn't got power steering. enjoying the drive. Woo. Get over that road, you. Fifth at last. I find the ride really good. It's actually quite a quiet car too. Even by modern standards, it's reasonably quiet. Oh, need some gas. Been running this on super, but you know, like all older cars, I think they always benefit from running on the 97 ROM stuff rather than the 92 unleaded. I believe this particular engine was designed to run on unleaded anyway, so that's all good. Woo. Job is a small car. You've got to love the sound of a flat four. Something that isn't so great about the Alfasud, it's probably the slow gear change. Did rebuild the box on this, both the engine and everything else, so but it's just a kind of slow gear change. If you try and rush it, it just crunches through the synchros. I replaced 3 of the synchros in the box when I did the work. You know, it's just one of those things, I guess. So if I had a faster gearbox, you'd be able to go even faster. Tough decision. Left, right or straight on?